Hello guys and welcome. Today we're gonna be talking about the Paladin builds in Baldur's Gate 3 on official release. So let's get right to it. So first of all, your stats. Where should you focus your stats? So as a Paladin, you could either go for strength or dexterity build. I always prefer strength builds when it comes to Paladins. And then you would have to make sure your dexterity is at least at 10. So 15 strength, 10 dexterity, 14 constitution, and 15 on charisma. I dump intelligence and wisdom. I don't consider it necessary to play this build, especially with your aura. Charisma is a lot better to focus on. So given the Tasha's Cauldron of Everything builds, you're going to be putting 2 points on strength and charisma, whichever class you pick. And then for your race options, my personal favorite is the Half-Orc. The reason why the Half-Orc is my favorite is due to their savage attacks. Savage attacks are really strong whenever you score a critical hit, and you want to be scoring critical hits with Paladins, and it's going to make your smites and crits even better. And Relentless Endurance is also another very, very, very strong feat, where it allows you to take an extra attack, which might allow you to take an extra turn, which would allow you to dish out a lot more damage before you go down. Additionally, Dark Vision is always good. Having this advantage as a melee class can be a pain in the butt. A second class you could pick would be Forest Gnome. The reason why you would want to pick a gnome is due to their advantage on wisdom, intelligence, and charisma saving throw with their gnome cunning. You're going to be easy to flip and throw around in the battlefield, unfortunately. However, this combined with your aura and your improved aura and your high saving throws would make it really hard for you to fail any saving throws. Additionally, if you want a bump in HP, you could go for Dwarf, especially for Golden Dwarfs, and get that point in Dwarven Toughness. That would mean you would have a little bit more HP, and therefore you would be a little bit more tanky and less punished for your low HP and your inability to keep all your stats high. And finally, Asmodeus Tieflings or Zariel Tieflings. Asmodeus Tieflings would be good in a build where you dip into Warlock and get the Devil's Side, where you can use Darkness for free and then get advantage on your enemies while they get disadvantage on you. Or Zariel Tieflings would give you some cool smite spells, which would work very well with your build. Give you something to do on your bonus action that would boost your attack. So that's for the races. I would still recommend the Half-Orc, and I've been struggling a lot to choose which is the most optimal build for a Paladin, really. There's a lot of options, and it synergizes well with most of the classes. So I've pretty much narrowed it down into 3 subcategories. One is the tankier build, the other is the crit focused build, and the other is the glass cannon build. So please drop a comment below which one you would like to see in further detail, but we're going to quickly go through them right now. So the tankiest build, I would focus on Paladin of the Ancients. Paladin of the Ancients get their Healing Radiance on level 1, which is it's a cool unique bonus action ability that keeps bringing your allies up if you keep falling unconscious around you. And it's a strong healing ability if you want to focus on that. However, the reason you go Paladin of the Ancients is due to their level 7 improved aura. Okay, so Aura of Warding, beginning at level 7, Ancient magic lies so heavily upon you that it forms an eldritch ward. You and friendly creatures within 10 feet of you have resistance to damage from spells. This is probably one of the strongest abilities in the game. It gives you an AoE resistance to spells. So resistance to spells means that whenever you would be hit by any spell, like Fireball for example, and it would be dealing 30 damage, just having this ability and being near your Paladin and failing the saving throw would basically take half. But if you even save your saving throw because you have the aura, this level 6 Paladin aura, you take even half of that. So from 15 it goes to 7.5, rounded down, that's 7 damage. So we went from 15 to 7 or from 30 to 15 damage. That's a significant boost in your tankiness. Then you could either go for Barbarian or Fighter. You're going to be getting both levels in both of them. However, I would recommend going with Fighter and respecing your level here and getting 3 levels in it. 3 levels in Fighter would give you access to the Champion subclass or the Battle Master, where you would be able to either crit on a 19 instead of just 20s, or have some extra maneuverability in the battlefield. You won't be having a lot of spell slots with this build to burn your smites on, so having some maneuvers will amp your damage or some additional crits. Then 2 levels of Barbarian, or if you go 3 levels of Barbarian, would give you Rage, so you're gonna be even tankier. So you're gonna be tanky from the improved aura of warding that you're gonna be getting at level 7, and then you get Rage from Barbarian, which you could get it on level 8, which would reduce the damage you take from physical attacks. So essentially the only damage that you would take fully would be from abilities or from battlefield effects, like a barrel exploding in your face. And again, if you take 3 levels of Barbarian and go into Totem, then it just makes you even more of a monster. However, if you decide to go the Totem Barbarian, then you can't give up on the Paladin of Ancients, level 7. Or alternatively, you could go for the Berserker Barbarian and then just do an extra attack every turn as a bonus action. That's also good. Actually really good. So that's a tanky build. Now about the crit build. So the crit build, instead of focusing on going Paladin of the Ancients, you want to be going for a Vengeance Paladin. Why is that? Vengeance Paladins at level 3 get their Vow of Enmity. So as a bonus action, you can utter a Vow of Enmity against a creature you can see within 10 feet of you, using your Channel Divinity. Yeah. You gain advantage on attack rolls against the creature for 1 minute until it drops to 0 points, hit points, or fall unconscious. So Channel Divinity resets on a short rest. So, as you can understand, the plan is you get 3 levels of Vengeance Paladins. Well, 6 you're going to be getting to get the aura as well. And you're going to be Vow of Enmity the big baddie, the person you want to focus down as the Vengeance Paladin. And then you're going to get 3 levels of Fighter. You're going to be getting your Action Surge, which would give you 2 more attacks every turn whenever you use it. Please note to respect to Fighter so that you can get proficiency and Constitution and Strength saving throws. If you're fighting something that requires Charisma and Wisdom saving throws, you could respect back to Paladin. But pretty much Constitution and Strength is better than Wisdom and Charisma, especially when you have that high of a Charisma and you have your aura to help you with spells. So 3 levels of Champion would give you crit on 19 or 20, again, as we talked earlier. Combined with a Vow of Enmity feat would essentially mean that you would be critting 4 times as much than an average attacker would. After you finish with this, since we want to be doing a little bit more damage and having high spell slots to use on our crits, we want to get 3 levels in either Bards, Sorcerers, or Warlocks. So the options here: Warlock would allow you to get Devil's Sight, use it with combine it with Darkness, or get those Eldritch Invocations and combine them in a way where you can be more effective. Sorcerer would give you access to better spells, and also please note, if you go Sorcerer, choose the Draconic Bloodline subclass, as it will give you a little bit more HP and not punish you for going Sorcerer instead of Warlock or Bard. And Bard, well, actually Bard is probably my favorite between the 3, because you can go into College of Swords and get some Blade Flourish maneuvers that you can use, which would allow you to boost your AC or do more damage. Additionally, you still get the same spell slots as a Sorcerer, where the Warlock would only give you 2 level 2 spell slots. So the Sorcerer and the Bard gives you potential for higher damage crits whenever you crit, because you have higher spell slots to use. And you're going to be critting quite often with this build. So you start as a level 1 Warlock. At level 2, you're going to be getting your Eldritch Invocation. At level 3, you have to go Pact of the Blade if you go with this feature, because at level 5, you want to be getting that Thirsting Blade Invocation, which gives you an extra attack every turn. Then on level 6, you want to be respecing into Paladin to get proficiency with heavy armors and martial weapons. And if you're a Strength Paladin, you could go Paladin at level 1 and just at level 6 respec again and get 1 level of Paladin and 5 levels of Warlock. 5 levels of Warlock will give you 3 level 2, 2 level 3 spells, which you can use to burn smites on every short rest. This is really strong if you plan to not take too many long rests. Level 2, you're going to be getting your Divine Smite. Again, I chose Paladin of the Ancients for this scenario because the Healing Radiance ability of level 1 is slightly stronger than what the other classes get. It's a bonus action and it allows you to heal your team around you as an AoE for a few turns, which could also prevent you from having to help your allies getting up if they get knocked down, but they get up again. Oh no, we're gonna keep them down. Anyway. Cringe. Then at level 8 onwards, again, you have to make the same choice as you did earlier for 5 levels. Now, if you want to mix and match here and get some more Warlock levels or some Sorcerer Bard levels, that feel free to do that. However, I would like the Bard here as well. Getting those Blade Flourishes, getting the high level spell slots. I wouldn't want to be getting more levels into Warlock here because yes, you're going to be getting higher spell slots, but you're going to be missing out a lot on the amount of spell slots that you're going to have per fight. And you're going to be tempted to use them to cast magic instead because 1d8 difference doesn't really make that much of a difference. Whereas if you have a lot of spell slots and you do a lot of attacks, you can do pretty well. You could alternatively take 2 levels of Fighter for an action surge on even 3 and try to get a Battle Master or Champion again, try to get those crits. But I would recommend you take Bard in this situation. These are the builds that I have in mind. Please comment below which one you like the most and which one you would like to see in a full build from start to end. It's been really tough for me to decide which one I wanna make the build on, so I hope that you guys can help me on this. Thank you so much and have a great one. Please subscribe to the channel, it really helps with the algorithm, and I'm planning to make a lot more content on Baldur's Gate 3, especially in the next month. So yeah, have a good one guys and see you around. Bye.